Hello, welcome to week 4. If you can believe it, you're almost halfway through this first 8 weeks of your capstone experience. It's pretty awesome. I haven't graded them yet, but I know that you've been submitting your chapter 1, so I will be going through the week, grading those, getting you feedback in the grade functionality of Blackboard. So please make sure when you see the grades posted that you look at the comments on the actual assignment that you've uploaded into Blackboard. That'll give you insight into maybe some questions that I might have, guidance or a thought on APA, and maybe some suggestions for revise. As we've all already talked about, your chapter 1 is a draft, and we'll be working through it. So in week 4, the focus really is starting on the annotated bibliography. So that reminder is you're going to be working in week 4 and week 5 on the annotated bibliography to start building your resources for chapter 2. Again, we aren't going to be working on chapter 2 specifically. This is just really working on getting your resources. And once you have those resources, creating an annotated bibliography. So I'm giving you a view of week 4 and the expectation of week 4 with the annotated bibliography. Part of that comes to the expected reading. It's focused on the annotated bibliography. Now, the research journal article for assignment number 3A, chapter 2, it's not a live link. I don't have control over that piece, but I'm just going to remind you that we had you look at this. It's part of the link of the slides I gave for week 3's live session of how to create an annotated bibliography. So this is something that you'll be able to read over again. As well as if I look at this, there's also a link to the Review the Annotated Bibliography video and writing templates at Columbia University. So if you click on that, that's going to take you to a website here, give you some videos, samples. Hey, it looks pretty familiar in its samples, doesn't it? Compared to what you saw from me. If we look at those examples, it's that same connection, but just trying to give you that view. I'm just going to remind you in a nutshell, the annotated bibliography, you want to be evaluative in your summary. So an annotated bibliography, again, starts with your articles, APA reference entry. So following the APA style, giving a space in that double space model, and then writing a summary paragraph that includes evaluation to it. So key points of the article that you've read, as well as the evaluation of what they've found from that and why you think that's credible information. So that is the important piece of the annotated bibliography. Sorry, saying bibliography is a little bit of a challenge. So that's the reading for the week. You do have a discussion board. The discussion board, I'm not going to link to it, but I'm just going to talk about it right now. It's a focus on, you've been doing all this research and going through the library. What is it that you're finding about your topic from your research, as well as maybe sharing how you're organizing yourself for your holding the information about the articles that you have. So again, I introduced in the live session a sort of a template that you can record information, or maybe you're doing it differently. So you'll share that in the discussion board. As always, a discussion board requires that you have your first entry or your initial entry by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. and then 2 responses to peers by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. This is a week of an optional devotional. I just encourage you to take the moment. Typically, these devotionals have been quick, where it's just a time to stop and reflect on God and the goodness of who He is and how He supports us through this work that you're doing right now. So again, I encourage that, but it is completely optional. And then the end of this week, due by this coming Sunday, is the first part of your annotated bibliography. It will be up a minimum of 8 entries on the bibliography. Again, I don't want all 16, but 8 entries. It will not be using the capstone template writing template. You can put it into another Word document that again follows the formatting. If I go back here and remind you that reference entry and then the summary underneath in Word, just remember to put a title page on the front, and that is what you'll be submitting to me for week 4's. It's 3A, so it's the first 8 entries, and then next week will be 3B which is the next 8 entries. So that is the week in a nutshell. A reminder to you that I'm available if you have any questions through a phone call, text messaging, or an email. I hope that it is a good week and that you are blessed by the work that you're doing as you prepare to complete your annotated bibliography, building up to chapter 2 when we get there. Have a great week. God bless.